Hi, I'm Richard, and in today's tutorial, let's finish off our super game. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back, and in this part here we're going to sort of cut out a couple of problems before we proceed. One of them, you may remember, that was the problems I was having, was that I could go through the boxes like this, and I thought, oh, it's going to be a problem, it's going to be a problem. And to be honest with you, I know what the problem is, I know how to fix it, but actually on balance I probably won't fix it. But let me just show you what the problem is. What I hadn't realised, if I go to my prefabs here, click on my fighter, under the box colliders here, if I just turn off the is trigger, what I hadn't realised is if it's a trigger, then it immediately loses its kind of physics capability. So what that means is that it will no longer be collide with anything. So I don't know if you can have two colliders, one that's a trigger and one that is the kind of the physics collider. But actually, I'm not going to be needing it for what we're going to be doing. But let's just quickly switch those guys off. And now if we press play, and now I'm hoping. Fantastic. Now I think the other thing I have to do as well is make sure that they are not kinematic on the rigid body. So it's not on there, and on my science fighter here it's not is kinematic either. Have I missed something? It's trigger. Sorry, what did I just click on? What did I just... Oh, it was running, wasn't it? I made that mistake again. Hang on, so that's the fighter. His trigger's off there, and on the cube his trigger is off. Right, let's try again. Sorry about that. And you can see one of the problems, amusingly, is that it's getting all bent out of shape because it was kind of stuck in the plane there. So I think we can fix that by setting it so the box collider is kinematic. Let's quickly just try that. Rigid body is kinematic. Let's just give that a go. This might not work anymore. Let's try. Yeah, no, that's worked. Okay, I'm all out of shape. You can see everything's getting bent out, but it's kind of still working. Look at this. I'm all over the shop. I'm all over the place. But good news is we can see the rigid body's working. However, with all that said, I'd actually prefer it if we put the Sci Fighter on. We'll make this an is trigger. Is trigger. Okay, and like I say, what that means again is that we'll be able to go through these things like that. But it's okay because I don't want it to go through there. As soon as it hits one, it's going to explode. Alright, so that's that problem fixed, or at least understood for now. The other issue is one that was pointed out. Let me just bring this guy up here. Ian Orton. Thank you, Ian, for your comment. With regards to Zed fighting, he's having a problem whereby, I might be able to show you roughly what I'm talking about here. If you look at these... Oh, it's not doing it now. But every now and again you'll see just a very slight overlap on here, and that's probably because it's just a little bit over. And I think this is a problem. I think this is going to be a problem always with this design. I tried to look into ways to snap objects in scripts. I couldn't find one. Not a free one. I did see one that claimed to do it, but it was a paid Unity package, so I thought, well, I won't go down that route. So there we go. Hang on. Here we go. You see these lines, these sort of lines flashing here? I think that's Zed fighting there, and obviously that's pretty poor. So what we're going to do, in the name of keeping things simple here, let's just bring our section back up here, and press F to focus it up. And what we'll do is we will click on here, and we'll just add a 3D object, a cube. Now we're just going to position it there-ish, doesn't really matter for now, and then let's just start stretching it. So we want to stretch it on the X. Let's go on the X that way. I'm guessing we can probably guess the size once we notice. Is it 4? Is that right? 4? Let's zoom up to the top. Go to put orthographic. Yes, it is 4. I'm guessing that must be 3. Yeah, okay, now obviously, well, not obviously, it is. It's a little wide on the Z, so let's make the Z 0.5. 0.25. That'll do. And then also on the Y, let's make that 0.25 as well, or maybe even a little less, maybe 0.1. Hey, Okay, that's fine. And then, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's close enough. And then we'll duplicate that, and then we'll just spin it on the Z-axis 90, like that, and then we'll just sort of reposition it a bit. Just put it over here, in between the wall, pull it up, and hopefully that I'll be able to work out what the numbers should be based on that. So I think that's -2, isn't it? That'll be -2, 2. That'll do. How's that looking? Right, so we've got ourselves a kind of a sort of a cheat overlay there that's going to hide this Z fighting. It's not a very good colour, so let's quickly sort that out. Have I got any materials? Yes, there it is. So let's just create a new material. And we'll call this join or something like that. And for now, let's just make it a grey colour. It doesn't really matter, does it? In fact, let's just do that. And then we'll put the join on the cues like that. And like that. Excuse me. I thought I did. And that one. There we go. Right, okay. That's actually quite close, isn't it? That's not so bad. And now if we press play. Oh, did I? Oh no. That's okay. That's okay. Don't panic, Richard. I just need to click apply here. And I think I can now delete that. Now if I press play, you can see what we've done is we've added these cheeky little joins here. Then that will hide the Z fighting. Now I know some of you are going to be upset about that. In fact, I might even use a texture for that at the minute because it looks a bit rubbish, doesn't it? In just a grey like that, but it's not too bad. And the point being that you'll never see any joins anymore because we're kind of sort of hiding them underneath here. I've got some anti-aliasing issues, but I think that's because of the settings I've set up. Fabulous. All right, so we fixed our hacked through our issues with the joins and the physics. So let's now what I'm going to do is put a little scoreboard up over here. So as we go through, a score goes up. So let's just do that right now. If I bring up a new text module, so let's just do that. 3D UI text, and let's take a look and see why that isn't appearing on our main screen. It's in a funny place, that's why. So let's just reset it. That's better. And now we just need to start playing around until we get it in a position that we like. So I want it in the top left hand corner. Let's make sure we click the canvas. No, yes to the canvas. No to the text. So I bring this across here. Now, hang on. Let's just do this actually. Rather than do that, let's click on this thing here and do top left. And then let's just pull this down a bit so we can see what we're doing. And then click on there and click on there. That'll give us a nice flat view, and we'll just pull the text in roughly where we think it should go, something like that. And now you see, because I've anchored it to the top left, it means that if I move this around, make it smaller or bigger, it'll always stay relative to that point there. So let's click back in it. Let's just change this to score :0. For my money, let's just have a quick look at how it looks in game. It doesn't look like anything in game. Why is that? Why is that? Let's do that. Am I missing something? What am I missing? There, it's there. It is there. It's just very, very small. So that's obviously something we're going to fix. Let's make it nice and big. So let's try 64. I know. Oh gosh. Yes, that's big enough. So where's the? That's it. Let's make that a bit like that. I think that's too big. So let's try 48. Yeah, look, that looks reasonable to start with. It doesn't matter too much about this bit. Let's just make sure we get a rough idea. We want it wide enough to accept a nice big score. Yeah, it could be a bit bigger, couldn't it? Should we try to go back to 64 again? Let's just try that again. Let's keep it at 48 for now. Let's keep it at 48. We can maybe make that scale depending on the size of the window. Because if I think that if I just turn off maximize on play, yeah, you see, it stays the same size regardless, and I know there's a way to fix that, and I'll come into that in a minute. Come on to that in a minute, but for now, let's just leave that as is. Turn it off, and then we'll just up to the colour so that it's white. So, and then what we'll do is we'll add a couple of components, and it's under. Let's just get rid of that. Under UI, and we will first of all we want a. It's under UI. I thought it was under UI. Maybe it's under. Where is it? Where is it? Effects? No, 1 second while I find it. So rather than hunt around for it, I'm just going to type the word in shadow. Add shadow, like that. And like it says, that should add a shadow. We can just play around with this a little bit. Let's have a little look. Start zooming in and just play around down to here's shadow. Let's try 3 by 3. Oh, -3. That was pretty good. And also, if we had a component outline, there it is. That would add an outline to the text. I think that makes it look a lot more, well, fun. I mean, let's have a quick look at the asset store and see if we can find any fonts. Let's have a quick look. Quick look. That's what this is all about, isn't it? Having fun, playing around on the asset store. Font. Free only. I don't know if it comes with any fonts. There's some funky ones here. Yeah, it doesn't really look like a sci-fi font, does it? I'm not going to spend too long on this, but you get the idea. You can certainly look for a font and find one. Okay, that's good. So we are doing very well. Now let's make that score go up. So I think what we probably should do under the game manager here is add a new script. I'm trying to work out. Yeah, I think we'll add a new component and we'll call it score controller. Script, and we'll double click this to bring it up. Hang on, let's just click on here. Actually, let's just before we do that, let's just drag it into the scripts folder there and double click it to load it up. Oh no, sorry, there to load it up. There we go. Let's let that load. And here we are in the score controller. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text object. I think I need to do is only say Unity engine.ui. Let me just quickly check this. Using Unity engine.ui. There we go. And now I can say here text. That's it. Score text. Score text. That's going to be public. And then here, I think what we need to do is we'll just say score text dot text equals, and it's going to be something like score plus time dot I can never remember which one is it. Time dot time. The time in seconds since the start of the game. There we go. So what we'll do is we'll say mathf dot absolute time dot time, because this is a float value, so this will be like 0.111 or whatever, however much time has passed. So let's just say time times 100, so it'll be 100 points a second. Okay, that's going to update every frame. Let's take a look. Let's get back to you and press play. Okay, I can see one problem, and that is that we haven't attached the text object to the game controller, so that's going to be a problem. There, like that. So now it knows what to update. Okay, so it's not showing it. Any errors? No. Nothing. So let's have a little look why that might be doing that. mathf.abs time.time times 100. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. I think I'm being a dimwit. If I just click on score view and go to the scene view, I think the problem is that it's not long enough. How silly is that? There are ways to fix that, and there we go. Okay, so we've got an issue here. You can see that it's doing a decimal point. So let's just take a look at why it's doing that. I thought this was supposed to. Let's just do mathf.floor. That's fine. Okay, let's try that. Floor should always lower it to the lowest value, lowest integer. There we go. So we've got ourselves a scoreboard going up nice and fast, making it look like you're scoring loads. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we should tie this in with the speed that the actual floor is moving. So we could do that by it's under the game manager, isn't it? It's under here. The section speed here. So what we can actually do, because we know they're in the so what we'll do here is we'll say we can keep this private actually, private float speed. And then we'll do here, we'll say game object section movement. Hang on. Yes. Sorry, excuse me. It should be section movement. SM equals get component section movement. That might require. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. That might say I might need to put as section movement at the end. And SM speed equals SM dot speed. Okay. And the reason we'll do that is what we'll do is we'll just say we'll times that by speed. Okay, and that should mean that as the speed of the actually now I think about it, I should probably say we'll just keep a reference to it up here, like that. Make it private again. We'll initialize it at startup, and then here. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because if we increase the speed in the other component, then we need this one to be kept up to date as well, so to speak. Speed equals sm dot speed there. So every time we, if the other game controller updates, it will make sure that it's keeping in line. So let's just do that. Shift control this time speed, and then we'll just press this now. Press play. Again, nothing's. Okay, it's moving around lovely. Now if we increase the speed of this game object here to say 2, excuse me, 2A, ha, 2, oh, stop it, huh? There we go, and you can see that the speed's going up much quick. I think it is. Let's zoom back down, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can, yeah, so let's back down to 1. Yeah, it's much slower, good, so that is in line. So that looks rather cool, doesn't it? So the only thing that really remains now is to make a game of this and actually make it explode when we hit a target, when we hit a box. So let's just double check on the console that it is doing something when it hits something. So if we zoom down here, yeah, let's just update this. So I need to make sure. I think I messed that up, didn't I? So let's go over to the prefabs cube. Well, that hasn't got a trigger on it, so let's just spin over to our Sci-Fighter, which is a trigger. Okay, so the first time it hits something, it should. In fact, let's make the boxes triggers as well. So under the cube here, I think. Let's not do that just yet. Let's spin over here and have a look. So as soon as it hits something, it says hit something. That's fine. So it's going to do it as soon as it hits something. Okay, good. So I'm saying so a lot. Let's make it explode. So in order to do this, I think what we're going to do is we'll bring in some more assets. I could go online for this, but I happen to know that there's some particle systems here that might just do the job for us. Let's just import all of them. Give that a second to import. Am I still recording? Yep. Sorry about my throat, by the way. I've had a bit of a cold. It's going round here. The weather's changed, and everyone's getting a cough. Right. So we've imported that now, and I think we'll see that here under Standard Assets, Particle Systems, Prefabs, Explosion. And if I just bring that in, I think if I just do Maximize on Play, if I press do it now, you might just quickly see it. Okay, so we need to move it. Well, we don't need to move it. In fact, let's do this. Let's add it to there. Let's just add it there for now. Then you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't know why we can't see that. Let's zoom out. I was thinking. We need to reset the. Yes, let's reset that. Sorry, that's why you can't see it. Now let's explode it. Okay, you can see that big bang there. Obviously, that thing's still there. So what we'll do now? Let's just pull that back out. In fact, we don't even need that to be there. Let's just delete it. And under our controller, Sci-Fi spaceship controller here, what we'll do, not scroll controller, spaceship controller, on trigger enter here, what we'll do, for now, I'm going to keep this very, very simple. We're going to have a public. Now, weirdly, by the way, and this annoys me slightly, is that this prefab is actually a game object that contains two particle effects in there. Not the end of the world. It just means we'll have to use it as a game object. So over here we'll have public game object explosion. And then on trigger enter we're going to say instantiate explosion transform.position, which is where we are now, and then quaternion.identity, I guess, and then destroy game object. I think that's going to work for us. There's an obvious issue here, to me at least. It's obvious. Okay, so it's going along nicely, and if we just pull it into, well, that didn't explode, did it? Let's just double check. Okay. Did I save it? I did. Oh, I didn't pull the explosion. I'm always doing that, aren't I? So let's go over to my game manager, and we'll just drag the explosion, not game manager, blast, into the spaceship fighter spaceship controller. There we go, and in there we'll just pull the explosion into there. Right, there we go. Let's try it. If we do that, boom, it explodes and the game's over, but the score keeps rolling. So I think what we're going to need to do is link these up somehow, possibly by, well, let's just keep it really simple. Let's under the game manager here, we'll have a link to the to this game object so they can talk to each other. So under the back to this controller, here we go. So under the game manager, under section movement, under section movement, it really needs to be under score controller, doesn't it? So under score controller here, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, I could use messaging for this. I could use messaging to send a message, but I think just because I'm going to do it quick and dirty, I'm going to under the score manager, I'm going to add a public game object, no, a public boolean is alive. I'll make it static. Yeah, and then say something like, so now we do need to have a what's the best way to do this? Sorry, I'm thinking as I go. So we'll say, yeah, so we'll have a score, private float score, and we'll set that to true, by the way. It's bool, isn't it? Not boolean. Bool equals true. And then here we say if brackets is alive, and then we'll say score equals that up, string score text, else, that's a lowercase string as well, isn't it? String score text, and then we'll just say text equals score text. See, I might just do this. Oh, I'm messing this up. So we'll say score equals that. Like so. And then we say score plus score. That's it. And otherwise, and then we'll say otherwise score plus score. And then and the second option won't. I could probably do that a bit better. Let me quickly think about that, how I'm going to fix that. But for now, I'm duplicating this text twice. Why is that wrong? Score text.text. One thing I can do. Let me have a quick look and see why that's not working. Excuse me, I'm being an idiot. So we'll just call that display text. That's what's going on. So what I need to just do here is I'm going to say if I've done this slightly wrong. So all I just need to do is that, and then I think that's right. So if it's alive, then we just keep moving the score along. If it's not alive, then we just display the score and it'll stick because it won't go up anymore. I think that'll work. And let's just see if that works off the bat without any changes. Error here. Should be display text, excuse me. Happy? Oh, what have I done wrong now? Screen display text equals score. Score text.text equals display text. Yes. Sorry guys. It's been a long day. What line is it? Doesn't tell you. Shift Control S. Let's just clear that. Now press play. Oh, you hound. That's annoying. Bang! The score's still going up, but we know that. Okay, because we haven't actually done anything. But the point is, it is still going up. So now in our script here, what I'm hoping I can do is I can say score controller dot is alive equals false. Okay, because that's static, it should be happy with that. Let's give it a go. Carries on going. Bang, and it stops at 199. Beautiful. And right now we'd have to. I'm not going to go into states. There's plenty of stuff on there to do that. So I'm pretty pleased with this. We can just move around, and I think what I'll do, if I say how can I do the speed? The speed section controller. So time.time is the number of seconds, isn't it? Let's just have a play around with this. So what we'll do is we will under section controller, section movement. Now, what's happened there? So speed equals 0.25, right? Now I don't want it to go up by 1 a second, so let's make it. Where should we say here somewhere? Oh, yeah, all that nonsense, and then update, and we'll say speed plus speed equals time.time times 0.1. Okay, so it's going to start off very slow, and every 10 seconds it's going to reach 1, isn't it? Okay, I'm even tempted to say maybe 0.05. Let's try it and see. Shift Control S. Okay, so that kind of negates this here, so I've sort of messed that up a bit. But let's just see how that works. Uh-oh. What? I don't need to put F. Probably. Yes, that's an annoying error now. Okay, it starts off very slow. But we're starting to get some speed up. Now we're going some more speed. Yeah, it's going quicker. I can see this is starts off. We need like a base speed, don't we? Now we're getting fast. This is quite good fun. Here we go. Getting some speed up. Now, can I? Of course, I could find a place, couldn't I? And keep just maybe stay there and maybe stay there forever. That's the thing. Yes, I need to make. Oh, there we go. Blast it. 13,597. Okay. So, I think we actually have a game here. Now, I'm going to stop there because I think you can take it from here. I'd like to see maybe have some increase in cubes, perhaps each time it regenerates them. Let's do that one. Let's just do that. I'm gonna wing this. So this bit here, isn't it? So we're saying if we're actually moving it, if it's la 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 la. Where's the instantiate script? There. So we can try this. This might not go beautifully. That's here, isn't it? Yeah. So it's that bit there. This is going to go badly wrong, I can tell. Let's just do it at the bottom. Let's do it under here. Game object, new obstacle, like that. It's not going to be happy because there's no randoms. Let's pop them in there. Instantiate pos. Where's instantiate pos? What's that? Oh, that's where we are now, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just copy that as well. Actually, no. Let's just do this. Let's not do that. Let's just say, yeah, we don't need to do that. We can actually use this sections I like that. I think I'm winging it, guys. I'm winging it. So it's every time it moves to the back, it's going to add another cube. So this is going to get very busy very quickly. Let's just see how we go. No errors. Okay, it's going to start super slow. Come on, baby, work for me. Nice and slow to start with. Of course, we're not going to know if it's creating them, are we? Let's just pause it and then go to maximise on play. And now we'll click on scene here. And just keep an eye on these ones here. We should start seeing them getting created. I hope. What was that? Have I just? What was that? Can I actually destroy myself? Okay. Well, slightly annoying. Let's just quickly sort out section movements. Place your controller. Clamp. So we want maybe minus 1.5 then. 1.5. Let's try that on the X. Okay. Am I still recording? Mild panic. Okay. Let's try that. That might not be. Must have just nudged it. There we go. Now I can't. There we go. Okay. So it starts off nice and slow. And this is the sort of thing you could do. Here we go. I can give it a speed up now. And you can see the score is increasing as the speed increases, which is nice. Okay, we've got a lot of them on the ground. I'm hoping that any second now we'll start to see new ones of these. Come on, baby. Not sections, actually. No, sorry. Yes, it does look like they're creating new ones, doesn't it? I'm not moving. Oh, I was lucky. Yeah, you can see it's getting busier. Okay, this could be interesting now. Yeah, so far so good. You can see this is adding more and more as time goes on. How long can I go on for? To be honest with you, I don't think anything comes over on the left hand side, which is slightly worrying. Let's not cheat then. Yeah, nothing goes on the left, does it? No. If it does, I'm not hitting it. So let's not cheat. We're not allowed to go on the left. Oh my god, how do I make that? I'm sorry, I had to pause this thing there. Just say goodnight to my son. I'm almost done, and I will go and sort him out. So why aren't we going over to the left-hand side? Let's have a quick look at that random thing there. Where's it gone? We're under spaceship controller with section movement we want, isn't it? We want between 0 and 4 on the X and Y. The Y seems to be okay. The X over 2. So that's going to be between 0 and 2, isn't it? Let's have a quick look here. Press play and then pause. And then press pause. And we'll just click on one of these. Sorry, we have to do it. Just pick one. F. Where's my spaceship? There it is. So this one. So in terms of its cube, we've got those cubes here. We should probably name them, shouldn't we, as wall section or something. 1, 1. That's very curious. Okay. Yes, you guys. Interesting. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. This isn't returning an integer, a float, is it? It's returning an integer between 0 and 2. So if I went over there, Yeah, it needs to be. That's what it is. It's not divided by 2. It's -2. And up here. Okay, that might help. That might help me. Let's see how that goes. Sorry for the pause there. Okay, it has kind of it's kind of worked. It's still, I guess, in the same way that you can get them in the wall, in the floor at the minute. Oh, the way in the floor at the minute, you can also get them in the walls. But with a bit of tweaking, I'm sure you can work that one out. It's a bit of a slow starter. Maybe, yeah, like I say, I think a base speed is probably what's required, just to get you started, and then because it takes its time to get going, doesn't it? But this could be a challenge. This is a real game now. This is a real challenge now. There is no, I don't think there's any way you can hide it. It does look slightly like you might be able to go on the right hand side. I don't think you can though. The far right is not an option because it's just, no, you're still going to hit it. Here we go then. Let's see how far I can go. Exciting times. There could be a problem where some of the cubes, obviously right now, there could be a situation where your cube goes in exactly the same place as the previous one. Maybe that's worth it. Let's try a trick shot. Oh, look at that. And here we are, guys. This is our AAA rated game. We're doing well. It's complete luck right now as to how well you do. There we go. Yeah, at the minute, this isn't too difficult. And we're up, and we're down, and we're up. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Sorry to you. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Oh, beauty. I guess eventually you just won't be able to do it because it would be. There we go, 48,107. So I hope that looks like a fun game to you. I can see a whole bunch of things I'd like to do with this. One of them is perhaps rather than do this, actually have waves that appear. I would like to work on a state. If people have got interest, I can carry on with this and actually start doing some states. So we'll add some menus, make it a new and restart and all those things. There are plenty of good tutorials on that though already out there. Again, you probably want to stop it shortly after. You're going on because at the minute the speed's still going up, so it's still playing. So you need to find a way to restart the game. So hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed making it. We've not used any assets other than the things that we've found on the asset store. So that was a bit of a challenge. Look at that one there. Crikey, now it's getting hard. I don't think you can survive this long. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, it's a pleasure. I always appreciate you watching my vids. So speak to you soon. Cheers now. Bye bye.